This show contains adult content. Howdy, folks. I'm Caleb Sunstead, your host and game marshal. This is the last episode of Harrison and Cooper versus the West, at least in this arc, before Sounds Like Crows returns. After this week, we'll have a short break, and then the primary show, Sounds Like Crows, with all the Crow brothers, will return on September 23rd. With all that out of the way, welcome back to the Weird West.
On a $10 horse and a $40 saddle, I make my living by punching cattle. Come a tie, yippee yippee yay. Come a tie, yippee yippee yay. Come a tie, yippee yippee yay.
As soon as they leave, Cooper kind of starts climbing up the hill, heading back towards everybody. Well, I was right. I was right the whole time.
Right about what?
They're doing to drop inside the statues. They're going inside to make sure it's all ready. Also, that whatever that is really fucking dangerous. Gonna blow up the whole country. I say, what we do is we wait, and we see what's going on, and then we wait for them to assemble it, and then we take it.
Yeah, that's the appropriate reaction.
Why do we want it assembled?
That sounds like a really bad idea, Cooper.
We get to know what it is. I am a man of science. I want to know what it is.
Does it have to be assembled for you to do that?
It is the quickest, easiest way.
But also real dangerous.
Okay.
I kind of want to see how this unfolds. Now that I think about it, I'm with Cooper. Let's wait. Let's wait for him to assemble this thing.
Oh, dear.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
Okay.
You're in on that?
I think she's just kind of like, it's 2 against 1. She just kind of like,
The
this is a terrible idea.
The director did tell you that these were the best agents she had.
I know, but I think it's just, Temperance just slowly like,
Realizing that's not true.
We have a 100% success rate.
You're not wrong. So you're just continuing to stake it out. That's what you're doing.
I guess so. The only other option would be like to explore around the Statue of Liberty and look for something suspicious.
Okay, if you guys are just waiting, I'll just describe the montage till night. Cool?
Yeah, I think that's
Sure.
fine.
Okay. I'm seeing how crazy bears are.
It's
Holy
a bear cub,
fuck.
you said. It's a bear cub.
It is a bear cub. That one is.
Oh, my God.
oh, God.
Ooh, what do you think of that?
Oh, shit. That's a bear, Cooper. Oh, Cooper, they got a bear.
That's a fully grown bear. This one doesn't even have a hat.
Sometimes you fight zombies. Sometimes it's bears. Okay, let me figure out what I want to do here. I feel really bad, but can I have 2 minutes?
Caleb just went to the bathroom for inspiration. It's worked.
What did you find in there?
I'll tell you what I found. I found a whistle.
Whoa. Did you
It's-
blow it?
It's at that exact moment that you hear the screaming of a whistle from the direction of the docks where you killed those construction workers. I don't know. Insert whistle sound, future Alex.
All right, let's see if I can find a stock one somewhere. Royalty free.
But you hear the sound of the whistle.
Whoops. That's a police whistle.
I wonder what's going on over there.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh, dear God.
A moment passes. A moment passes until that one agent returns to the docks, and behind him, he's flanked by 3 more agents and a dozen construction workers, and they're moving towards the box.
Oh, here we go.
All of them are on high alert, looking around as the whistle is sounding out across the docks. Quite a few of them pick up the box and start to move it. And Agent Pendleton, along with the 3 other agents, sort of keep a lookout as they start to move the box towards the stairs. I think the stairs they're moving towards is kind of close to you guys. You have a pretty good angle on them, although it's probably about 12 yards away from you.
Cooper stands up, he kind of starts undressing and putting his other clothes back on. He makes sure he has all of his Blitz bottles and everything packed up, and he puts on his hat, and he looks to the other two. Fellow, are we going or what?
Well,
Oh, there's a lot of heat down there.
It's now or never.
It's lots of people down there right now, Cooper.
We just look like 2, 3 other agents.
Yeah, but he's not making deals with agents.
yeah, he's the double agent.
Yeah, remember?
Yeah, but, I mean,
That's the last thing he wants to see is some agents.
are there still other agents around?
Yeah, there's 3 agents with him. The ones on top are starting to run towards the docks, like where the whistle came from. The whole island is starting to like wake up and turn onto high alert.
Oh, I think they found some bodies.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So this is serving as a distraction for them.
They're up
So-
the stairs.
So okay, we gotta go. So we gotta go.
All right, if you think so.
Let's go up the scaffolding.
Is that what you want to do?
Guys, I've been making bad decisions this whole day.
I mean, I would rather just wait until this ceremony starts and maybe slip into the statue then.
Well, they're moving it now.
Well, yeah, buddy.
They've moved it up.
They're just moving it up there, right? You think they're gonna...
I think they're doing the deal now.
Oh.
For once, I might actually agree with Koopa.
Well, then we better get up there.
Jesus.
You want to start climbing the scaffolding?
Is there anywhere to look in?
Like you could definitely, there are quite a few spots on the statue that you could look into it from. Yeah, if you climb the scaffolding.
I would like to find a spot where it looks like there's a spot big enough where we could climb through. Like from the scaffolding into the statue.
How high up does the scaffolding go?
Okay, sure. Probably all the way up to like the book. She's holding the book, right?
Tablet?
Yeah, she's holding
Tablet?
Is it a tablet or a book?
How about I do both, future Alex? Normally I'd research this shit beforehand, okay?
It's alternate history. It could be anything, right?
I guess
She's
that's
holding
true.
a snake.
I think the scaffolding goes right to the snake.
Huh? Oh, yeah, by the way, instead of a book or tablet, whatever it is, she's got a snake.
There's got to be a roll of some kind to get up there, guys. You can justify it however you want. You guys can pick the person that rolls it, but somebody's
It'd be
got to
hard
roll.
to sneak up there.
Yes.
athletics.
I was thinking athletics.
Honestly, I'm less worried about other people seeing us climb it. The only people I don't want to see us is them. Like, I think there's like been a murder. Like, people climbing on the scaffolding isn't like the biggest focus right now.
Especially with 2 in construction gear.
Right.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, then
Yeah,
make make an athletics roll then, and whoever does it is sort of leading the others up.
I have a D6.
I got a 6 as well.
Nope.
Great.
So Cooper's the most athletic. What the fuck?
They're the
We're
same
the
level.
same?
Well, I know, but he's making the roll, right? That's crazy.
Let him roll.
Yeah.
He's doing it.
See?
Oh.
That's
Ooh,
why.
Cooper.
That's why we let him
Let
make
him
the
roll.
rolls.
Holy
That's a
shit.
10. Cooper has this weird bout of athleticism about him where he's clumsy, but it just kind of works out in his favor. It's almost like watching like a gibbon or a spider monkey
He's
where
good at climbing. He climbs a lot of trees. He climbs barns.
Cooper,
That's true.
Cooper
Side of
likes to
barns.
climb.
Yeah.
But it's this he doesn't look like he should be able to do it, but damn if he doesn't look good doing it.
It's like a really fat squirrel.
As you start to climb it, hanging out of the torch, they've got a crane set up to pull some supplies down from the bottom. So as it takes you several minutes to start climbing the scaffolding with your 2 fellow agents behind you, you see Agent Pendleton, along with those workers, load up the large box, and the crane starts to lift into the air, many feet away from you. I'm having a hard time picturing the scale of the statue, but like, right, it's
massive, I think.
yeah, it is massive, yeah. But you can climb up and you get to a point after about 5 minutes of climbing where you could get into the inside. There's a piece of the outer material missing, and it looks like an entryway for workers. On the scaffolding with you, there are workers, but none of them are really working at the moment. All of them are looking down to the island to sort of look at the hubbub that's going on. And as you peer inside, it's a lot of people yelling down to the bottom, trying to figure out what's going on and what the whistles are about.
Gotta find our way to that torch.
Up and up and up and up. Cooper, I think he's going to stick his head through and kind of look around. Do I see any of the other agents inside?
You peek your head in, up, and down, and no, it seems to be mostly construction workers, at least at the level you're on. Although, at the very bottom, there are 3 empty cages.
Cooper doesn't find that important. He climbs inside. And from here, there's a way to continue upward, I
Yes,
assume?
it's much easier once you're on the inside to move forward. There's probably like a wooden staircase for the workers.
Cooper kind of waves to the rest to kind of come in as he climbs through. Well, looks like we're going up.
Yeah, I guess we just follow him up there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Hopefully no one pays attention to us as we do it. But
Perfect.
I think as long as no one pays attention to Cooper, we'll be fine.
Cooper, since you're going first, let's make another stealth roll, buddy. Oh, this person blew up their 6 into a 4, so it's a 10.
I blew up my 4. And
Oh,
Come on, do it again.
Into a 4.
Yes, one more. Yes, we did it. 11.
Wow, that's unbelievable.
We did it.
What the hell?
What you see near the top of the stairs, there are some workers that you're moving past. Not really a problem. They're, like you said, they're distracted by the commotion of the island. But at the top is that very familiar man with that bear right next to him.
Cooper looks down to see if everybody else is kind of following him up. He reaches in and pulls out his laser gun, and he starts it up with like a little as it starts
Yikes.
up. And then he says, "What's the plan?"
I thought we were going to wait. I thought we were going to wait for this whole thing to unfold.
Okay. And he holsters it again. Where?
Is there a spot to hide up here?
No, there's a staircase.
Yeah,
Goes
I
up.
thought we were
There's the bear guys up there.
I thought we were on the staircase.
Just more
What's going on
staircase.
here?
Just more staircase.
So what I'm having trouble with is imagining the scale. Again, this is something I should have done research on. But like the inside of it has got to be huge. I imagine they'd have a wooden staircase on the outer wall leading them all the way up for workers. So there's probably some spots where like supplies are sat, like a few platforms off the staircase, because like the reason it's here is for working, and applying the sort of structure of it. And it's got to have just structural support beams, and it's probably got a few little offshoots you could hide on if you wanted.
But I don't think we would be able to see them while being hidden, right? We would have to go further up the staircase,
But
at which
maybe
point we would
could
meet the
hear
bear
him,
guy.
right?
We could hear him.
We could do more
Maybe.
eavesdropping.
Yeah, we could try some eavesdropping.
Did you get a raise? You didn't get a raise, did
I
you?
didn't get a raise. I beat him by like 2.
Gotcha. So I think you could find a spot where if somebody came out to talk to Bear Man, you could overhear it.
I think Cooper kind of lets Harrison take his place so he can see up and kind of see what the situation is. And then he just kind of sits down and says, "Listen, we're pretty much stuck here. We can either find a spot right here where we can hide and eavesdrop, but we're not going up there without getting caught."
Fair. He seems rather integral to what's going on here. So I don't think whatever would be going down will be going down without him.
Also, not to alarm anybody, but I'm pretty sure there are several bears here. Live bears.
Bear boys got more bears?
There were 3 empty cages. If you had the keen eyes that I do, you would have noticed 3 empty cages at the bottom of the statue, big enough for bears to be in.
So are we eavesdropping here?
Yeah.
I think you find an alcove, and even a section of the outer wall is missing so that you can peer down and see the commotion on the island below you. After about 10 minutes, you hear like a voice come from the top past the man wearing the bear coat. He sort of turns around and then looks down the stairs.
All right, boys. I need all y'all to move on out of here, please. We got some things we gotta handle. Don't worry, you'll be compensated for your work. You're not gonna go unpaid for the day, but we're gonna need the inside of the statue. And he's just kind of moving down, waving people along.
Sure. He actually moves past you guys as you're in this alcove, as he moves down the stairs and tries to clear out all the workers. You somehow manage to remain hidden. although the small bear cub walking behind him stops for a minute and his head turns your way. He sniffs the air and then walks down the stairs.
We barely made it that time, huh? I don't mean to be the bearer of bad news. I got nothing after that, but...
This is starting to look pretty grisly, isn't it?
Oh, that was a good one. I like that one.
Alex, what if you cut it so that Cooper made the joke, dead silence, made the joke, dead silence? You made the joke.
Yeah, that'd be good. That's a good idea.
Okay,
Let's see what I can do.
okay. You guys go up?
Yep.
Cool.
Yeah.
As you go up, the whole statue starts to shake around you. Bits of the wooden scaffolding start to fall around you and down the interior of the Statue of Liberty as you make your way up.
This is what I'm talking about. This is some science here.
We gotta get the hell out of here, Cooper.
No, we gotta get to the top.
As it starts to shake and move around you, some of the wood paneling starts to fall away, and you can see now that there are workings, gears, and pipes full of power, powered by ghost rock. You can see that mechanisms have been built hidden inside the interior of this statue. And as you peer outside, you can see the giant shape of the Statue of Liberty's foot start to move and take a single giant step. The wood starts to fall down around you. Some of the stairs you're standing on start to shake, and Cooper, you have to jump up from one to the next to avoid the one below you falling down into the chasm below.
Go, 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 up, 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 go, go, go. And he's kind of pushing whoever's in front of him.
Cool. Yeah, you start to push your way up. One of your footsteps breaks away underneath you. You look downwards at this massive drop below you, and then you scramble up, the other two agents following behind you. As you reach the top of the stairs and look down this hallway, it's just this moving hallway on the inside of this arm. The whole thing is moving and bending in ways that looking inside of it doesn't make a lot of sense, but you can tell the joint of the arm is moving, the elbow. The whole thing is held together by these massive gears and pulleys and ropes and pipes moving together as one giant machine. The sound of ghost rock screaming echoes in these metal cavernous chambers around you. And blocking you from the other side of the hallway, it's just a big old bear. Not a bear cub, a large bear. If he were standing, he would be 10 feet tall, and he's not wearing a hat.
Oh, that would have been pretty cool if
That'd
he was
be-
wearing a hat.
I don't know why I was picturing all the bears with
I
different
want him to
hats.
have a bowler hat, too.
Like this one's got a little pork pie on or something.
A top hat.
The reason he's not wearing a hat is so that you can see that his skull, his head, has been peeled back, and the mad science of new science has augmented him. He's got pipes running into his head. There's a small boiler running on his head, barely letting out steam. And the whole thing is sort of vibrating on the top of his head. And he looks at you with blank, red, hollow eyes.
Well, it's time to start the initiative now.
The hat on the other bear really made sense now.
Temperance, 8 of hearts. Cooper, king of spades. Harrison, 7 of spades. Bear, 6 of diamonds. I can barely believe it.
Stop it.
Cooper, you're up. Oh, and the Statue of Liberty gets a 7 of diamonds.
Never thought we'd say that.
Cooper,
How far away is this bear?
8 yards.
Cooper reaches down, pulls out his pistol, his laser gun, and I'm going to go all out. I'm going to use 6 power points to make 3 blasts at 3d6 damage.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I failed. But I'm going to Benny that.
You're
White
gonna
Benny, reroll.
With 2 bennies left, he's going to benny it down to 1.
Oh shit.
It's a malfunction.
That's a critical.
That's
oh
a critical
my God,
failure,
dude.
God.
Already
So
with this.
I get 2 shots off, and then my laser gun malfunctions. So let's roll damage first.
Yes.
Those D6s blew up. That is 21 damage on one. Oh wait, that's 26 damage. I hope
Although-
this bears an extra.
Technically, you're supposed to roll all those at the same time, so it would have malfunctioned instantly. I think.
I'll let it go off. You can do all that damage. You'd kill the bear, but you got to flip a Providence chip.
Oh fuck.
What do you think? He's doing it.
He's doing it. This could be, go from bad to worse here.
Yeah. He's picking the one in the middle. You're fine.
Thank goodness.
You're
God.
fine. So just a normal malfunction.
Just a normal malfunction.
So the bear's dead.
The bear's dead. That's a dead bear.
What do I roll?
2d6 damage and a medium burst template centered on the user. The gizmo is ruined until repaired, which requires 2d6 hours, and a repair roll by someone with art game background, weird science.
It's gonna take 2 hours.
And this your pistol?
Yeah.
So you have to roll 2d6 right now, and that's gonna damage everybody.
4, 9.
9. So I'm.
Holy shit.
That would be a wound.
9 damage.
9 damage.
So that's a raise
So
for
your
me.
toughness is 6. So
Yeah.
you would just be shaken. Alex is wounded.
Oh god.
I think I'm gonna soak it.
Okay. Roll it up.
Son of a bitch.
Oh, oh fuck.
That
You
sucks.
fail to soak.
Mm.
You take a wound, man.
Yep.
From Cooper.
Damn it, Cooper.
Does
So-
it explode in like laser beams?
Okay, so here's what happens. He points the pistol, he pulls the trigger, and there's that same sound as it whirls up, except normally it goes for like about half a second. It goes and then it fires. But this time it just continues until it overpowers. It shoots one massive blast that completely shatters the barrel. It shatters the gun in his hand for the second time. This happens a lot. And it just sends shards of hot glass everywhere. Cooper somehow manages to not get hit with any shrapnel. He kind of stands back, but I think a piece has to fly and hit Harrison somewhere.
Oh, is that because I'm wounded? Is that why you think that?
Yeah, I think
Because you wounded
that,
me?
I think that's why. Mainly the reason that I would think that you were hit by that is because you took a wound from this.
Yeah, that makes sense to me.
Sorry.
Can you explain it for me though? I don't get it.
So basically, I'm wounded. What that means is my character has suffered some sort of wound
Oh,
So,
okay.
yeah.
Physical damage to his mortal body.
from the blast.
Okay.
Yeah, because he
The
fucked up.
laser.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. It's really cool.
Okay. Well, that's your turn.
That's my turn.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Perfect.
killed the bear.
And now there's nothing
You're
in front of
welcome.
us. Yeah, that was really worth it.
There's nothing in front of you. Temperance, you have a pace of 6, and the entrance is about 8 away from you. So
Temperance has 8. Pace of 8.
Yeah.
She's
What?
fleet-footed.
Fleet-footed.
She's fleet-footed.
you make it to the entrance this turn. If you want. If you want. Do whatever you want.
It's a free action to at least draw, right? Yeah.
For you, it is.
For me, yes.
Because you have improved quick draw.
Thank you.
You can draw twice.
Then I think I'll probably draw both and make it to the entrance.
Perfect. As you run across this ground, the whole arm starts to move, and you're going to have to make an athletics roll to make it across. As you start to run, you can see that some parts of the arm have been blown away, both by the blast and by the movement. So while the strong metal scaffolding remains... What'd you roll?
1 and a 2, so I rolled garbage.
For what?
To not fall
Okay,
while
so
you're
yeah.
running across the arm. Do you want to spend a Benny, or do you just want to chill with that? Because it's not...
I'll eat shit. Why not?
Okay, yeah.
This is going real bad.
The ringing in your ear goes off, and as you start to run down the hallway, right at the wrong time, the movement of the arm moves upwards, and we'll see why in a second, but you're lurched forward. You go sprawling on the ground, and you catch yourself face down, staring down, and you can tell that you're now over the water.
Oh, comforting.
Next is Agent Harrison.
So Agent Harrison throws his duster off, pulls a shard of glass out of his left arm, and he has his rifle slung to his side, slings it up into the low ready, and he's going to try and move up 6 So I have to make an agility roll. Is that what you said?
Athletics. Yep.
Athletics.
I believe in Agent Harrison. I don't.
4.
You made it.
Well, -1 because I'm wounded. I didn't make it.
Oh, no.
Oh.
Do you want to roll a Betty? Do you
No,
want to do
I
a
have
Betty?
only 1 left.
He's got one left. So Cooper, this thing explodes in your hands. You see the Temperance run, fall, and then Harrison, you're done by the
I
same
start
thing.
running,
Yeah.
and I realize there's another piece of glass in my leg.
Oh,
right when I put my weight on it to run, it hurts, and I kind of stagger and fall.
cool. It's at that moment that the statue takes a step forward, and this whole thing, the whole arm, the entire walkway you're in, starts to swing forward, like the arms coming from just at the side holding the torch to more in front of the statue as the whole thing starts to swing. And you hear the familiar sound, not unlike Cooper's laser pistol charging. You hear the sound of something build inside of the torch ahead of you. Oh, Agent's turn, huh? Agent Pendleton appears at the end of the hallway after hearing the explosion and seeing the viscera and guts of their bear fly into the torch chamber. He takes cover near the entrance, squints his eyes, drops to one knee, and starts to fire at the only person still completely upright.
Well, he's going to take a -2 to that because Cooper has dodge.
Whoa. Does he really?
He dodged.
He
dodged.
He does. He
You
does.
sure dodge.
He does. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Oh dear me.
We're going to give him some edges so I
Is
don't
there
have
any
to worry
sort
about this.
of like an unstable platform kind of thing, or?
I think it's just the agility check to move.
Cool.
I think that's what we're going to do. You hear the sound of his Gatling pistol charge up as he grabs the wheel on the right side of the pistol and starts to spin it vigorously as the chambers start to spin. At a -2, one of his shots hits you, Cooper. And that is 2d6 damage. 6 damage.
That is not enough. I have 8 toughness as long as I've consumed alcohol in the last hour. With an edge called Liquid Courage.
So you're not even shaken.
Not even shaken.
Well, maybe what that means is like bullets are flying past you and you just don't care, right?
Yeah, I think he's standing there. He's got like the broken pieces of his pistol in his hand. I think he like drops it to the ground and he's just focusing on like staying on his feet. And he sees this dude starting to shoot, and it's almost like a Jar Jar Binks-esque. He's like stumbling, trying to like keep on his feet, and with every movement, they just happen to be missing him, and he's just kind of doing his thing.
You know it's going to be good when it starts with Jar Jar Binks-esque.
For sure.
Do you reference that every Harrison and Cooper?
Jar Jar Binks?
Yeah.
We reference him almost every episode. It sounds like Crows, Harrison and Cooper.
Oh God.
Just our day-to-day life.
I just cut it all. I cut it all.
We both got tattoos of Jar Jar.
Whoa, I didn't know it was that big. Wow.
Yeah, I went all out on the Jar Jar tattoo. It cost $400.
$400.
That's how much my smallest one cost.
No, it's
He
not.
went all out.
It's not the
Spared
best
no
quality.
expense.
It's this guy in his house. He does good work. He
He
does get a little infected, but
You can work wonders with pen ink these days.
Oh my God.
All right. Temperance, 2 of clubs.
Oh.
Cooper, Jack of spades. Harrison, 2 of spades.
hit me, baby.
4
Hit me
hearts.
again.
2
Hit me
of
again.
diamonds.
That's better.
Ace.
Thank you.
Ace of diamonds. Agent Pendleton screams down the hallway, "This isn't worth it." And he gets a joker.
Oh my
Jesus,
God.
fuck.
The
Did you
statue.
plan that?
No, that was just
Son of a
good.
bitch.
That was good dramatic timing. Thanks, Gabe. And then 6 of clubs for the Statue of Liberty.
Take that, Cooper.
I'm just
Yeah.
About to get shot.
I'm just thinking we're probably on the floor with the bear guts.
Ooh.
They're at the top of the arm. They're making their way down. Or what's left of it.
Okay, I
Probably got
mean,
incinerated.
he's going to
That poor
fire
bear.
again. Oh my God, he gets +2 to all
Dang,
this.
dude, if it would have had a hat, that would have been a really cool kill. He shoots the bear with, 20-something damage, almost
Yeah.
30 damage. The whole bear gets vaporized, and the little hat just floats down.
Yeah, I guess why did I even set up the mechanical mind? He just died. Oh my god. Cooper.
Dude.
Cooper.
Dude, he got hit with a raise.
And that's a Joker, so +2 to everything. So that's
So one of those is hit with the raise. One of those is just a normal hit. So let's resolve the normal hit first. Normal hit does
Not enough.
5 damage. It adds to Joker's add to damage though, I think.
Do they
yeah,
now?
they do.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
they always have.
Yeah, we just been fucking it up for a long
Oh,
time.
really?
First shot does 7 damage with the Joker.
Nope. I have an 8 toughness.
Cool. Second one with 3d6. Look at that. Wow. That's only that's only 9. However, I'm going to spend a red penny.
Of course
And
you
have
are.
a d6. I got to. Add a 4.
So
One
it's
wound.
One wound?
Yep. You have 1 penny left. Take it or shake it. Shake it or take it. Shake it off. Shake it off.
He's going to try and shake it.
This is still early in the fight, Caleb. I don't know how much longer I'm going to have to fight, so I'm going to fucking Benny this. I'm going to soak it.
That's a bad call.
That's a success.
You've soaked it.
I've soaked it.
He keeps firing down that hallway, emptying like half of his available ammunition. And with that, Agent Harrison, it's your turn.
Okay, so I'm in a pretty good position right now. Like, I can see him down this hallway.
Yep.
I'm prone, which doesn't matter.
Yep.
It's actually an advantage, so I'm not going anywhere. I'm just gonna stay prone, and I'm gonna make a headshot. I'm gonna go for a headshot here.
Okay.
So with the wound modifier, it's -5, but I have marksman. So since I didn't move, that eliminates 2 points from called shots. I also have trademark weapon, and I mean improved trademark weapon. So that's another +2. So this will be at -1 for a headshot.
I wasn't listening, but I believe you.
It checks out.
That's if I, don't roll snake eyes here. That 10 blew up.
Wow. Unbelievable.
Oh, my goodness.
So it's an 18 to hit.
Wow. Okay.
Oh.
So that's a success with
How many raises?
3. Success with 3 raises.
So 1 raise on damage. What do you want to spend your other 2 raises on?
So what's the, I guess there's not really a whole lot else around here, huh?
Yeah, further in, you can see that device they had inside the box is set up in the middle of the next room. It's got its pipes and its cords and other steampunky words like hooked up to all sides of the room, just running off in almost a spider web. And there's a few technicians inside running around, pulling levers and moving massive turn valve wheels. Meanwhile, the sound of souls burning echoes down the arm.
No, I would say I would want to hit some sort of tube or something, but I think our plan at this point, right, guys, is to try and take control of this arm and then use the arm to smash into the head of the Statue of Liberty.
Sure.
So I don't
want
wanna
to
damage-
if we don't do that.
I don't want to damage anything here.
Sure.
Oh, that's going to be a rough impact for everyone.
What if can I get an adrenaline surge from this, maybe from just hitting him? Because, Harrison gets off on that sort of thing.
Okay, yeah.
And perhaps that lets me ignore my wound modifier for like a D6 rounds or something.
Do it.
Sweet.
You heard it here
2.
first, folks.
2 rounds.
Starting next round? Because I already did it this round, right?
Yes.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. And then roll damage.
Cool. So that's 2d10 plus a d6 from the raise.
You're too late.
I hope I blow
We
this
hear
guy's
that
head
a
off.
lot. It's never true.
I realized there's just
Oh,
the
and it was a
note.
headshot, so this is going to be +4.
Oh,
Oh,
Jesus
Jesus.
Christ.
Yikes.
The 10 blew up.
Yikes.
Oh.
How many bends does this guy have, Caleb?
So that's 17 plus 8 plus 4. So 29 damage.
Minus 5 is 24. 24 is 6 raises.
Yeah.
He's going to try to soak.
Good call.
God.
That could happen to one of the crows. Like at any time.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
At any time. So
He soaked one. No,
6 soak
2.
2. And we said 6 raises.
So we took 4.
4 wounds. That's a dead crow. That's what that is.
I hope
That's a dead. That's a dead agent.
Excellent. That's what I wanted to hear.
You did more damage than Cooper vaporizing a bare.
To be fair, I mean, a
a different
50
gun,
caliber
too.
round to the head,
Yeah.
rip.
His head explodes. The Gatling pistol he's holding in his hand flies and starts to like ricochet down the hallway at you guys before it skitters to a stop. The other technicians look back for a moment, but then turn back to their levers. In that room ahead of you, Cooper, you can see all those technicians are strapped in. They've got these large cords like locked in to the wall in front of them.
Caleb, exactly how many technicians are there?
3.
Perfect. So Cooper is now going to make an athletics check to try to move up. But also, he's going to try to grab that Gatling pistol because he now does not have a normal weapon.
Cool. So athletics check first not to fall. And keep in mind a critical failure is out the window.
What?
Oh, dear.
Was that a thing?
That was a thing. I didn't mention it, but
Well, he eats it onto his face.
Rolls
but
falling
it's
around.
not a critical fail.
let me
I'll
tell
slip it
you
inside,
why
baby.
he eats it. Because you're starting to run up and then your feet start to slip and fall back as all of you realize that the arm is moving upwards. The arm is being raised and the torch is being held high above the statue's head. And the hallway behind you starts to turn until it's almost like a 90-degree drop down. And as the hallway moves, that charging sound starts to build, and everyone needs to make an athletics roll.
No.
At
Jesus.
-1.
Oh, no.
Ah.
Okay, I made
Load
it.
it up.
I'll do up.
Oh, that's a
3.
2.
I failed.
I got a 7 minus 1, 6. So no raise, but success.
You both failed?
Yep.
Make one more athletics check for me.
Why did I grab it?
I did it.
You did it? Both of you start to slip and fall, your legs starting to slide against the side of the arm, and you start to fall backwards. You're reaching out for anything to grab as you fall back past Harrison, past the other agents. Temperance, what did you roll? 4?
4.
4 minus 1.
Yep, so 3. Garbage.
Do you want to Benny that?
Wait.
Benny
Did you roll a wild dice with that?
No. Still. All right.
Still 4? Okay,
We're just going to add another 6 to that.
perfect.
Yeah, that's automatic success.
Yeah. Cool.
Cool. So while both of you lose progress, you grab bits of the metal, the gears, before you fall. You stop right at like the shoulder of the arm and look down to this massive drop inside of the statue that's moving below you. Harrison, your footing is still stable as you see these technicians reorientating themselves. They're using the pressure of the cord strapped into them to the wall and like pushing their legs in, and they're all working together to move this one part of the statue. And at that point, there's a massive sound, so loud that you go completely deaf for at least 5 seconds, and afterwards ringing can be heard in your ears. And all 3 of you outside of the busted up side, blown up by Cooper of this arm, you can see you have made considerable progress, or at least the statue has, marching towards the city of New York. And as it builds up, there's a massive arc, a huge like bolt of lightning strike out, light up even in the daytime, the city of New York as it strikes a building. Part of it explodes, and then as the smoke starts to rise, the whole building is set on fire, and the buildings nearby have their windows shattered and destroyed.
Holy shit!
Temperance, you're up. You're hanging on for dear life at the armpit of the Statue of Liberty.
Don't you get any ideas, Cooper?
That's a low point in life.
What do you want to do?
Oh, God. What can I do? I'm clinging on for dear life.
You're holding on, so that's not... If you're trying to move up with some sort of check, if you roll a crit failure, you're going to fall.
I know. So I'm like, do I just hang on here?
Yeah, I don't know.
Just hope you don't roll snake eyes.
It's up to you.
Yeah, I think I'm just going to hold on for dear life and wait for the arm to come back down. It can't stay up there forever.
Cool.
Well, it
cool.
might. It's a statue.
If you want, you can sort of hold yourself inside like a nook so you get cover from anybody that's shooting at you from
if
that control room.
That's around there. That'd be great.
Cool. Perfect. And then I guess I'm dealing a new round. You want some sweet, fully worked future Alex?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's That's really good. That's really nice.
You want one more time?
Give me one more. Oh, that was
I
good.
popped it. Too much. Temperance, 7 of diamonds. Cooper, Joker.
Yes.
Ooh.
Harrison,
Joker as
8
well.
of hearts.
Oh.
Everyone in the control room gets a 7 of spades, and the Statue of Liberty gets a Jack of hearts. Cooper, you want to go before the Statue of Liberty or after?
Oh God. I'll go after.
Yeah,
Hopefully,
that makes sense. That makes sense. So the arm starts to come down again. It's still probably a 45-degree angle, but you guys aren't quite in the same danger of falling to your deaths now as you start to regain your feet. It's still a climb upwards, but the arm is also starting to come back to its right side. And you can see the left arm sort of swing out in front of the statue as it continues to walk and wade through the water.
Okay, well, now that the footing's a little better, Cooper's going to try again to move up. All right, Caleb. Can I roll a mad science roll to see what type of effect my blitz bottle would have inside of that room?
Cooper knows that if he throws a blitz bottle in there, anything could happen.
Dude, don't throw. If you throw a blitz bottle and it goes wrong, you're gonna kill me.
Cooper is going to use his Joker with the +2 to try to get up to the fucking room.
Cool.
And he's going to need that +2,
Wow,
but he does
cool.
it.
Cool. He makes it up there. You fell all the way, so it's 8 yards away.
Okay. Is there a chance with the Joker that I get my hands on that pistol, like as it's falling?
Tell you what, make an athletics roll,
Jesus
Cooper.
Christ.
Look at that.
There it is.
Look at that. That's a 10. Even, yeah, easily. Got
Perfect.
the raise even.
Yeah, he just reaches out as it's sliding past and manages to like grab it by the handle.
Cool. And do you want to make a running roll to go all the way up, or do you just want to move 4 inches in?
I think I would have had to establish that earlier. I've made a couple of rolls. It would be the
Yeah,
-2
you're right.
for multi-action, so let's just keep it going.
Cool. All right. Next up is Agent Harrison.
All right. I'm prone on the ground here. I reach on my chest, and there's a little cover that I flip up, and underneath it is a button, and I press it, and you can hear the sound of ghost rock firing up, that scream, and then I'm trying to cast fly with my jetpack or my propeller pack thing.
Let's see it. That was so close to double ones. It's still a failure, though. But he's got one Benny left. It's a red Benny. He's licking his lips. He's staring at it. His legs are moving.
I'm doing it.
He's doing it.
Add the D6.
Adding
baby.
it or reroll?
Adding a d6 to the 2.
Okay.
So I only need a 4. There it is.
Thank
Amazing.
God. I was so terrified that was going to be a 1.
Your jetpack fires up.
So now, I didn't say I was going to do any multi-actions, so I'm going to fly up to where Cooper is.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, you fly up next to Cooper, no problem. Are you just like floating in the air, or are you sort of like using it, and how do I describe that? But you're using it to hop up between the walls, or are you just straight flying inside of this moving arm?
Yeah, I think I'm just straight flying since it's like
Okay.
they're like it's a bunch of propellers, so I can like hover and I have pretty good control.
Cool.
So I think I'm just gonna just slowly fly up there, nothing crazy.
Sweet.
Next to Cooper.
Well, the ringing in your ears, Cooper, is made worse by the sound of a jetpack. And then it's the technician's turn. One of the technicians that's on the far side, he's sort of upside down, like leaning back from this wall. So his back would be like parallel with the ground. And he just leans his head all the way back. And he's wearing these reflective goggles, and he stares at you with a blank face as his body wraps all the way around. And then his hand reaches down in front of him between his legs. He grabs a lever and then just rapidly jams it back and forth, left and right. And the whole arm just starts to like move really jankily. Like the whole metal of the arm starts to shift and twist as it moves way faster than it should be able to. And can you guess what kind of roll you guys are going to have to make?
I wonder.
None.
Because you're flying?
I'm flying.
Well, yeah, but they're going to knock you around like
Piloting then, probably.
Yeah, piloting. I'll give you a +2 because you're not attached to the wall.
Cool.
That's a success.
+2.
Oh, no.
What is that?
I
Katie,
got
what is
3s
that?
on both of them.
I made it.
He's good. 3s on both of them?
Yep.
All right,
so-
you going to re-roll it?
Yep.
Okay.
Reroll. got a 4 on 1.
Bam, there you
Perfect.
go.
Yeah.
Hey.
You guys manage to remain seated. Harrison, you stay dead center of this thing. Katie, Temperance, are up.
All right. I'm going to try and move up there.
All right, roll it.
Hopefully I don't keep rolling like the garbage I have been. But we'll see.
Believe in Temperance.
All right, that's a 4.
Hey, you did it. So
Yay.
you start to move up. It's 2 pace to stand up. So you're near Harrison. You're near Cooper. You're crawling up the 45-degree angle of this arm, and yeah, Katie 10 of spades.
Nice.
Cameron ace of
Ooh.
hearts. Alex 10 of clubs.
Take that. That's nice.
Technicians get a
Are
joker.
you serious right now?
Shit.
I am serious. And the Statue of Liberty gets a 2 of diamonds. The one guy jamming that lever back and forth stops moving the lever. He stares at all 3 of you.
It's a 1.
His gaze shifts to Temperance,
Oh no.
Oh, dear Lord.
and he releases the carabiner that's on his waist. And he starts to fall directly towards you. We're going to make...
Has he got a wrench or something?
He's going to make a fighting roll, and it's going to be opposed by either your agility or your strength. You choose.
Agility, because
You got
I'm
bonkers
better at
agility.
that.
Yeah.
All right. He's got a +2. Let's see here. He's got a 4.
I got a 9.
Okay.
this guy's gone.
He falls. You just like barely move to the left, and he just... Yeah, he's gone. He's
He
gone.
didn't have the best aim.
No, he's a dead technician. Cooper, you're up.
What a shame.
Cooper just sees this guy go. He just like looks down and he says, "Oh shit!"
I like to imagine it's a dramatic build-up. The music swells, falls in slow motion, and then...
He just kind of, he's like mumbling to himself. I don't know what his plan was. I don't know what he was thinking. Stupid. And then he's just going to keep climbing up.
Okay.
Oh, shit, Caleb.
Oh.
That's an 11, dude.
That's a raise,
That's a
even.
climb with a raise.
You make it up there, no problem. I think you'll actually have a better stable footing now that you're up here. You kind of got the lay of the land. You know
So
how it's shifting.
do I get into the room?
You get into the room easily with 2 movement to spare.
Okay, so I'm going to move over to one of those other technicians. And does that count as my action, that climb?
No, it's just part of your movement.
Perfect. I'm going to assault this guy.
Okay.
I'm going to
Whoa.
start. I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach up and I'm just going to try to unbuckle him out of his
Okay. Yeah, sure.
agility, fighting.
Fighting, probably.
Fighting opposed by his agility. You got a 3.
Dude, he's blowing it up. He's blowing it
Oh
up.
my god. Oh my god. How many 6s is that blown up?
That's 4.
You don't, the
So
odds of this,
24?
dude.
Are
That's crazy.
so...
And
Okay.
then
and
a
a
5. So 29.
How does Cooper kill him?
So I think what happens is Cooper walks up there and he's like reaching out and the dude like slaps his hand away and he's like, "I'm gonna unhook you.
Stop.
I'm
No,
going
you're
to.
not gonna.
You're
you're-
going to fall to
leave it
your
alone.
death."
No.
And then he like just like reaches up like really quick and just like hits the thing and just like and he just like falls with like 7 raises.
I think he like falls backwards, yelling. He like hits his head. It's like shit, and then starts to roll. Tries to grab part of the wall, comes free. He goes shit. He falls into the hallway, starts to tumble. He grabs another piece, and he sits, and he's grabbed a piece of the side, and then he falls through into the ocean as the side of the arm breaks through.
God.
Good.
Cooper just watches that. Maybe with the raises, he manages to get himself immediately hooked up into it.
Sure.
So
yeah,
that,
yeah.
that I no longer have to worry about falling.
Sure, yeah. And you're now at 1 station of levers.
Hey, nice. We're doing pretty good.
Temperance, you're up.
I'm going to get into this goddamn room.
Okay.
Been trying forever.
Don't roll snake eyes.
Don't do
I
it.
didn't.
Okay, good.
Did you blow it up?
Yep. 10.
That's good.
Yeah, same thing. You
It's a
can get
raise.
in the room. You can even make it to one of the technicians if you want. I mean, with your shit, you could probably do whatever you want. You're in the room.
I'm just like,
So you come into the room, and there's this large device in the center of the room. It's got the cables running everywhere. The technicians are strapped into the walls. Cooper's slap fighting with somebody. What do you want to do?
there's only one guy left, technically.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, I thought there were 2, but you're right.
Yeah.
One guy tried to hit me on the
Yeah.
way down.
Yeah.
Then
He's just
Cooper
looking.
unhooked the other, and now there's just this one fella.
He's looking back. He's like, "Oh shit, fuck."
I say you strap yourself in to the empty spot and just shoot this last technician.
I was just going to calmly walk over, buckle it.
Do it.
He's probably panicking right now as he sees you buckle yourself in and draw some guns.
Oh dear Lord. That's a 5.
Yeah, that's a hit. Yeah. Do some damage.
I think it's 2d6 plus 1.
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Oh my god. So you just put a bullet through his head and he just swings dead in his cable as presumably Harrison flies up.
Harrison flies up, unbuckles this dead man as he falls down, buckles himself in,
Okay.
and maybe powers down his jetpack.
Okay. The legs are still moving below you guys as we drop out of initiative. The left arm is balancing the weight of the body by swinging as it moves. So as you guys jump in, the arm just stops moving and the thing is like slightly off balance as it starts to move towards New York City.
Let's make some weird science rolls to see if we can figure out how to power that, or
Yep.
see if we can figure out how to control this thing.
I would love that.
So mine's a -1 now. There you go.
9.
This is bad. We all have to do this, right?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, everybody should be making weird science
I did it.
rolls.
Success.
I don't think I have a weird
And
one.
she's not a mad scientist.
Can
we-
we use your wild die too, and then
Yeah.
just -2?
Can we...
So what would it,
Okay,
it would just
maybe
be
if
the...
It's a d4 and a d6 minus
Yep,
2.
-2.
If she fails this...
Well-
or, okay, what if we look over, we see her kind of like looking
No.
at this thing like, what the fuck? And then
Yeah.
we both try and help her out. Does she get like a... Can she get a +2?
Yeah, I think I'll buy that. Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, this is simple. It is so simple. Everybody, grabs the lever to your left, and just pull it towards yourself.
I know how it works, Cooper.
Well, that makes one of us.
Well, I told you what to do.
Fine, just keep yelling at me.
Listen, I think me and Cooper can maybe move this thing, but to fire it looks like we all have to pull these levers.
Where are we going to fire? We need a plan.
The head. Let's move it to the head and fire it directly into the cockpit.
Cooper just smiles.
The arm starts to pull towards the head. The build up sounds around you guys. The hair on every part of your body starts to stand up. And then once again, the sound of a lightning bolt followed by silence. There's a huge shuddering shake as the whole thing starts to come to a stop, and you can feel the thing starting to pull forward. Once you're in these seats, you now can see that you have viewports out, and you can see that the whole statue is starting to fall forward and down towards the ocean at an incredible pace.
Oh, shit.
Holy shit, we didn't think this one through!
I'm going to try and power up my jetpack.
Okay.
Just thinking.
I did it.
Thank God.
Well, thank God, indeed. Yeah. Okay. So you unleash, you start to fall, and then your jetpack fires and you stabilize. Harrison, now that you're stabilized, you can see the room like starting to fall around you, if that makes sense. So from
Yeah.
your perspective, it just looks like the room is
So I
rotating.
have to like fly down with it.
Yeah, I guess you could do that.
Also
Yeah.
just like hit the ceiling.
Yeah. You also could fly out parts of the arm. There's enough of it missing. There's also probably exits to the observation deck around the torch, although it's falling.
Cooper undoes his buckling and kind of is like scrambling, just trying to get to Harrison. There's like a moment where he jumps and misses and like slides a little bit on the ground and then catches himself and then like runs up and just kind of grabs Harrison's forearm. And then we both look over to Temperance. What's her name again?
Temperance.
Temperance. I
Temperance.
can't fucking remember it. Looks over to Temperance. And I think Harrison and Cooper just look at each other.
Listen, Agent Temperance. I can only carry one person with this.
That's how it is, man. That's how it is.
So, Godspeed.
Sorry!
And we fly off.
Yeah. You guys. Yeah. Do you have any final words? You just want to go off in a tirade of swearing? What do you want?
Probably.
Are you going to shoot us?
I don't think she has enough wherewithal to shoot you guys. This thing's just falling.
The next shot is Harrison and Cooper flying out of the observation deck. As Cooper, you look down. Harrison has to keep his mind on flying, but you get to see the whole disaster unfold as the massive structure falls, hits. The sound and the impact of hitting the ocean is incredible. It displaces a huge wave of water.
Oh, man, you think she's okay down there? Think maybe the water breaks the impact a little bit, maybe?
Well, yeah, I think it's definitely possible.
It explodes.
Oh, shit!
Well, I guess that's that, isn't it? It's a real shame.
Wow. What a way to go out, though. What a way to go out.
It was supposed to stand for freedom and liberty. It was some sort of instrument of destruction.
Wow.
Ah,
That is really abstract.
I don't know. But,
How ironic. How ironic that the symbol of freedom and liberty would be the things that destroyed at least 6 buildings. And this is really amazing.
it's amazing.
This is amazing. Did you see the science that went into that? That was incredible. It was destructive. Terrible
You
for
scare me more and more every
the
day,
people who
Cooper.
died. There's so many people just died. But, like, the spectacle of it all.
Well, it's pretty crazy. I'll give you that.
And you know what? This one doesn't have to be on us.
What do you mean?
Nobody other than the director knew that we were here.
Yeah,
this
we should
one's not
probably
coming down on our heads.
let's fly back and see if we can maybe get a train ticket tonight.
Yeah. Plausible deniability.
Hey, you don't suppose the pork chops on a stick are still down there, safe and sound, do you?
Yeah.
I say we go down there real quick and maybe grab a couple of those before we head out. What do you say?
I could use some food, yeah. I bet there's nobody's there at the moment, too, so free pork chop on a stick.
It's a good idea. Let's get on down there, Cooper. What a crazy day, huh?
On a $10 horse and a $40 saddle, I make my living by punching cattle. Come a tie, yippee yippee yay. Come a tie, yippee yippee yay. Come a tie, yippee yippee yay.
Thank you so much for listening to Harrison and Cooper versus the West. If you like this series, please let us know. It's a personal favorite of mine, and I'd love to hear more feedback on it. I had a lot of fun with this episode. Again, thank you so much to Katie George for coming on and playing Agent Temperance. Also, huge thanks to Alex Horrell, who portrayed Agent John Harrison, as well as my good friend Cameron Reed playing Diedrich Cooper. Savage Worlds and the Deadlands Reloaded setting are owned by the Pinnacle Entertainment Group. As always, thank you so much for listening. Sounds Like Crows will return on September 23rd, and we will not see you next Monday.